Put every gay person on an island and see how many generations come after. 0. Put you in a group of 100 women on an island and it will be the same result. What's up, guys, and welcome back to EmKay. My name is Damien, and today we're looking at r/Murderedbywords. Okay. A while back, I heard my friend, male, insult another dude by saying, "You look like a kind of guy who wouldn't go to Walmart to buy his girl a box of tampons." And I still think about that crowning insult sometimes. My dad once called another guy someone who thinks loading the dishwasher once in a while makes him less of a man. I like your dad already. One time, my dad's boss was giving him crap for always leaving work early so he could get home and help my mom with me when I was a newborn. And his boss said, "I'd never changed a diaper in my life," really proudly. And my dad responded, "I'd be ashamed to ever admit I was that worthless of a husband." All men are pigs. Women are equal to men. I asked my 4-year-old daughter this morning whether she thought it would be more fun to have a job or be a mommy. She said, "To be a mommy so I can cuddle my babies." Clearly, she's already been victimized by the patriarchy. I asked my 6-month-old the same question and she said, "The false dichotomy in the premise of this question proves the ongoing need for feminism. You would never ask a boy to choose between procreation and professional fulfillment." Yes, neurotoxic vaccine given then baby dies from ischemia hypoxia. I know I said that wrong. Caused by aluminum thickening the blood, which is not allowed to flow through the brain. Baby dies from lack of oxygen. Oh hi! Researcher whose thesis topic was neonatal hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. I gotta figure out how to say this word real quick because it's gonna drive me crazy. Encephalopathy here. Encephalopathy here. Encephalopathy here. Thickened blood from vaccines is not a thing. In fact, birth is the leading cause of neonatal hypoxia ischemia related encephalopathy. Why would you... I hate these words! In fact, birth is the leading cause of neonatal hypoxia ischemia-related encephalopathy, which is typically prior to vaccination. A significant portion of the birth risk can be avoided with fetal monitoring in labor, well-trained birth attendants, and intrauterine resuscitation. But no, it's not vaccines. Really, ever. But honestly, if Iran disappeared tomorrow, what exactly does mankind lose? Literally nothing. Well, considering Iran is actually part of mankind, that statement made no sense. But since I'm entertaining your comment, I'll teach you something. You can blow up Iran today, but they will always be known for inventing the first water irrigation system in the world and also the first post office in the world. The inventor of algebra is from Iran, an Iranian scholar discovered sulfuric acid, chess was originated in Iran, maybe you've never heard of the Cyrus cylinder, look that crap up. Not to mention, all the contributions Iranian scientists have made to modern science. If you only read headlines on Facebook, you would think Iran is some backwoods desert that should be blown into an empty parking lot. But people who have visited know it's like Colorado. Beautiful mountains and full of college-educated and cultured people. Their government, much like ours, doesn't represent the people. I believe Anthony Bourdain once said that of all places he's ever visited, the streets of Iran were the most friendly and compassionate, unlike that last comment. At this point, there's no excuse for baby boomers still in the workforce to be technologically inept anymore. It's just willful ignorance. This crap is not frickin' hard. Why is it asking for a password? Because you're logging into something, Martha. That's how it's been for the last 20 frickin' years. How do I do this? Can you show me? No, Jeb. You can Google it like the rest of us. You've been an engineer and working with computers for 35 years. Why would I waste time when some 12-year-old Indian kid on YouTube can walk you through it far more clearly? It requires one exposure to the concept of Googling to understand how it works. Your generation was smart enough to create a giant hole in the ozone, but not smart enough to realize you have the near entirety of human knowledge at your disposal just by typing a few words in? Give me a break. I'm not tech savvy. No, you just refuse to learn despite most modern software being idiot-proof. Stuck in your ways out of entitlement. The worst part is after you help an old fart, 9 times out of 10 they'll give you some kind of BS passive-aggressive thank you along the lines of, "Oh, I guess you young people have to know something about those phones you're always on, huh?" Give me a frickin' break, Greg. Maybe we're staring at them because it's less depressing to be distracted instead of coming to terms with the fact the planet is literally dying. It's not my fault your wife hasn't had sex with you since 2006. Go away. And another thing that just gets my blood boiling is the ability to get into the settings, completely screw things up, and then manage to develop total amnesia about how it happened. What do you mean you set your phone to Japanese on accident, Deborah? There's like 15 separate menus you have to navigate through to get there. I think it's because I got a virus. No, Arthur. It's not a virus. The only viruses here are your rampant stupidity and the deadly pathogens carried by your unvaccinated and probably ugly grandchildren. I just absolutely loathe that the people who decide if women should be executed for having abortions or not are the same people who can't figure out how to work a Blu-ray player with the instructions right in front of them. Rant off. At its peak, the Soviet Union was an industrial powerhouse that was capable of rivaling the US economy. All this despite the fact that unlike the United States, the USSR did not build its economy economy up through indigenous genocide, stolen lands, and extensive use of slave labor. Hi blank, here's my article from 2 weeks ago. On the 75th anniversary of Stalin deporting 500,000 indigenous people from their land for the survivors to be forcibly employed in collective farms. I think that covers all 3 of your categories. Love the new Pokemon, Wooloo. They have a special message for all the future trainers. I'm not your Wooloo sweater. Sharing is good for us, you dumb frickin' C's. Peter would rather kill me than let me live comfortably and happy on a farm. Please share me. It's good for my health. Screenshots of Wooloo's entry, it seems. The white fur that covers their bodies grow throughout their lives, and it will fully grow back in 3 months even if the Wooloo has been completely shorn. The fur is used for clothing and carpets and the like, and it is very popular as a specialty product of the Gala region. Help me, I'm being held hostage! No president has ever worked harder than me, cleaning up the mess I inherited. Franklin Delano Roosevelt fought the Great Depression and led us through World War II. Lincoln saved the Union. You have golfed 156 times, visited Mar-a-Lago 27 times, and spend 6 hours a day on executive time tweeting and watching cable news. You may be the laziest president who ever lived. A reminder that Catholics should not support or attend LGBTQ Pride Month events held in June. They promote a culture and encourage activities that are contrary to Catholic faith and morals. They are especially harmful for children. I'm a straight man raised a Catholic, and your tweet has annoyed me so much I'm gonna give some lad a hand shandy in your honor. Thanks, PJ. Oh, look at that ratio on Bishop Thomas's. Oh my god. Let me get this straight. You're asking me what has gotten better with the current generation? The generation that snorts condoms and eats Tide Pods? As opposed to the generations that made black people use separate water fountains and fired folks for being gay? I'll take the condom trick any day. Hey, remember when the Panama Papers came out and revealed that all the rich people in the world are part of an enormous criminal conspiracy to dodge taxes and hoard stolen wealth in offshore accounts and literally nothing happened? That's not quite true. The reporter behind the story, Daphne, did I say Daphne? God, I need to take a... Jesus. That's not quite true. The reporter behind the story, Daphne Caruana Galizia, I don't know. That's not quite true. The reporter behind the story, Daphne Caruana Galizia, that's how I'm gonna say it, was murdered. Literal murdered by words, murdered because of words. Ooh. Representative Justin Amash, Mitch, crosses party lines to vote in favor of authorizing subpoena for Kellyanne Conway. I'd replace crossing party lines with follows Constitution. I've done my research on vaccines. What do you think about PCV2 specific lymphocytes that raise the number of THTC and CD3 plus positive T cells in the blood of DNA vaccine immune groups? I don't know if that's Alex Jones, but I like thinking that's Alex Jones. The back of his head looks like Jones, and so god damn it, he's Jones to me. Also, education isn't a human right, it's a service, and we do not have a right to the service of others. If the state wouldn't back these student loans, there would be less demand for the universities, which means the prices would have to drop. It's basic economics. The right to education, including equal access to college, is stated in Article 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights drafted in 1948 and reaffirmed in 1960, according to the UN. Education is a human right. You are incorrect. Roy Moore at his Senate campaign launch. Why does the mere mention of my name cause people to get up in arms in Washington, D.C.? Is it because I'm a staunch conservative? Is it because I believe in God and marriage and morality in our country? It's because you're selling children, real Judge Moore. Don't overthink it. Disgusting lack of diversity. Run faster. I like that one. That's good. Run faster, stupid. Oh god, one of these. Dude, there's so many long, like, why is Murdered by Words such a long, just political subreddit? I hate it so much. This subreddit is like disgustingly political. How has serving impacted you? Dad served in Vietnam as Navy artillery mechanic. Spent most of his time in combat. Watched all his friends die when his PBR was blown up in the middle of the night. Hospital pulled out some shrapnel, badly stitched him up, and sent him right back to work on the next boat, same day. Dad spent the next several decades drinking because that was what passed for mental health treatment at local VA office. He had horrific nightmares for a long time and would wake us up with his screaming. He doesn't scream as much anymore, but still won't talk about his experience. On Veterans Day, while the military Twitter account is tweeting platitudes, my dad gets the most expensive hard liquor he can afford, toasts to the lives of his friends never had a chance to live, and ends the day drunk and sobbing. He made us swear to never join the military. That's not even Murdered by Words. That's just sad. How is that a Murdered by Words, dude? Jeez. Oh, I feel so bad for that guy. Imagine knowing a guy that can solve all your financial problems without asking for yes. His name is employment. See, that's Murdered by Words. That's good. That's a funny one. Trump is the first leader in the history of the world to be attacked for improving the lives of the citizens that voted for him. Lincoln was literally shot in the head for ending slavery. Please stop calling me O.Gay Simpson. What are you gonna do? Kill my wife? Honey, I'm glad when I used to skate as a kid, my parents didn't make me look like a dork by wearing some pointless helmet. Generation Snowflake strikes again. Imagine how nice you would have been without all the head injuries. I asked my husband if I'm the only one he's been with. He said yes. The others were all 9 and 10s. Send bail money. I get it. Watching soccer is a lot like going to a crappy bar. I'm watching Europeans try to score and failing. Football is a lot like education. The American version requires you wear your body weight in armor, and there's still no guarantee you won't get maimed. A Trump official tried to argue that detained children don't need soap, toothbrushes, or beds to be safe and sanitary while in Border Patrol custody. Somali pirates gave me toothpaste and soap. Every time I use they to refer to a single gender unknown person on Tumblr, another piece of my grammar-filled heart shatters, and the pieces scatter at the bottom of hell. They has been a singular pronoun for hundreds of years, you melodramatic dipstick. Well, actually, no. They is plural. People use they when they should use he, she, or it. Dense mother effer. The pronoun they is an English equivalent for the third person indefinite singular and has been for literally centuries. It remains morphologically and syntactically plural, therefore you don't need to crap your little pantaloons and compromising your surely rock-solid grammar rules. I guarantee every frickin' time you've ever had to refer to a person of an unknown gender, you've used they subconsciously. I guarantee every frickin' time you've ever had to refer to a person of an unknown gender, you've used they subconsciously. The post clerk gave me a message for you. Oh, what did he say? But you only have a problem with it when people specify it as a pronoun for themselves because you're a crap lord, I frickin' guess. Grammarized straight into hell. Cackles linguistically. And that brings us to the end of r/murderedbywords, and wow, 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 wow. Is that a doozy? Is that a hard hitter? Haymaker pancaker? If you like the video, leave a like down below and subscribe for more content from EmKay, and as always, I'll be seeing ya.